Have you ever seen a short daily text and wondered how it could possibly inspire action on a global scale? Well, today we're doing just that. We're dissecting a devotional called Seeking the Kingdom and Its Purpose. Now, we're not here to discuss the faith behind it, but to really pull back the curtain on the powerful framework it uses. How it takes a reader from a single idea all the way to a collective mission. So let's break down the blueprint. So here's our game plan. We'll start with the foundational teaching, the absolute core of the message. Then, we'll see how that gets turned into a personal call to action. From there, we'll look at the seriously ambitious mission it inspires, the digital community that keeps it all connected, and finally, the powerful closing note. You can already see the journey here, right? It's a masterclass in moving from the personal to the public. All right, let's jump right in. Section 1, the core message. Every really effective piece of communication has one single idea that acts as its foundation, the thing everything else is built on. For this text, it all hinges on one powerful teaching. And here it is. This single verse is basically the engine for the entire devotional. It's so much more than just a quote. It's a powerful if-then statement. It makes a direct promise to the reader. You prioritize this one thing, and everything else you're worried about, it'll fall into place. That's a really compelling hook. Okay, so what exactly is this kingdom? The text defines it not as some physical place, but as a priority, a guiding principle for every single decision you make. And that reframing is absolutely crucial. It turns a kind of lofty concept into a practical daily filter for your life, promising purpose and direction as the reward. This right here breaks down the text's logic into a simple, really persuasive formula. First, you have the action, prioritize. Then you get the internal reward, you gain purpose. And finally, the external reward, you receive provision. It's a clear, straight line from a spiritual choice to a tangible outcome. So the foundation is laid, but how do you get someone to move from just understanding an idea to actually living it out? That brings us right to our second section, the call to action. It starts with this. A direct question. This is such a powerful move. The text pivots from teaching you something to questioning you, forcing you to stop and reflect. Suddenly, it's not about a general concept anymore. It's about your life, your priorities, right this very minute. And then, right after that moment of self-reflection, the text offers a practical tool, a personal prayer. But this isn't just a suggestion, it's basically a script. It gives the reader the exact words to internalize the message, to reaffirm that commitment to prioritize the kingdom and the trust in its promised outcome. And this is where the devotional makes its most significant turn. It's successfully taken the reader from understanding a concept to making a personal commitment. Now it's time to zoom way out and show how that one personal choice plugs into something massive. And the scale of that goal is just staggering. The text introduces Operation 500 Million Souls for Christ. Using a concrete, huge number like this is a brilliant psychological move. It transforms what could be a vague idea into a tangible, urgent, and shared objective. It screams, this is real, and this is how big it is. But how do you make a goal of 500 million feel achievable for just one person? Well, you give them a clear role to play. The text breaks it down into 3 simple entry points: prayer partner, volunteer missionary, or kingdom investor. This makes getting involved feel so accessible, whether you have time, talent, or treasure to offer. A mission this large needs more than just participants. It needs infrastructure. And that brings us to the digital community. Let's look at the modern tools used to keep this global network connected and focused. So this isn't just a random social media presence, it's a carefully designed digital ecosystem. They use WhatsApp for those daily intimate touch points, Telegram is where you find more substantial content, like messages and podcasts, and the broader social platforms for top-of-funnel outreach. It's a really strategic use of technology that caters to different levels of engagement, making sure the message is always accessible. And that brings us to our final stop, the final note. How does a text like this leave a lasting impression? Let's look at the concluding message, the one designed to resonate long after you're done reading. The conclusion pivots from the mission that's happening right now to a future, culminating event. This creates a sense of ultimate purpose and urgency. But notice that final word, you. It brings this grand, cosmic idea right back down to the individual reader, making it incredibly personal one last time. And then it all ends with this, a simple, powerful 3-word declaration. This isn't just a closing line, it's the foundational belief, the whole thing distilled to its absolute essence. It's the anchor for everything we've just dissected. So stepping back, what can we really learn from this structure? Well, this devotional provides a powerful blueprint for how a single core priority can become the organizing principle for both an individual's life and a global community. It demonstrates a crystal clear path from belief to personal action to collective mission. It's a fascinating look at the architecture of influence. Thanks for joining this breakdown.